I'm probably not going to get a lot of views with this video, but I think it's important to let you guys know that this scam is going around in order to protect your money, because I need your money. You give me super chats, you give me donations. I want you guys to be rich. I want you guys to be wealthy and do good for yourselves, right? A symbiotic relationship. Well, it's more like parasitic from me, because I just give you buyer's remorse in return. But still, woke up to this. It was a little concerning, but my Eastern European cynical brain oriented towards conspiracy theories, I thought that, okay, this may be a scam. And I looked it up, and not only is it a scam, it is one of the most effective ones of our year. Like, a lot of people fall prey to this, so this is why I decided to make a video to highlight its existence and make sure that you guys can protect yourselves as well. Right now, this one comes in the form of the Mcafee thing, but I expect that in the future, given how people are claiming that it's affecting a lot of users, it may change from Mcafee to something else. So, one of the first reasons to believe that it's a scam is the fact that I got spammed with it, right? So, as you can see, I got 6 emails from the same person within the span of a couple of minutes, and they're all basically telling me that my Mcafee protection has been renewed. Now, I don't use Mcafee, I never did, but assuming that if I had, this email would have been even more concerning, because as you can see here, they say that the total amount for the protection for 1 year is $400, right? So, like, this is an insane amount of money, especially for a Romanian like myself, and it says that it's been auto-renewed. So, in other words, they will just take it from your bank account. And this is going to cause a lot of concern in the person. It's like, well, hold on a little bit. How do I stop this from happening? I didn't consent to this. I didn't click a button. And they actually give you a number to reach them, right? So if allegedly, if you call this number, you are going to be able to talk with the people behind the scene, and you are going to be able to cancel the subscription. Now, I don't know what happens when you call the number. Either they will ask for some personal information in order to get access to your bank accounts and take money from there. Or they may actually say that, oh, we have discovered some great security risks on your computer, let us help you. And then they will say, oh, now you need to pay us with gift cards and you need to give us money for our services. Something like that. But again, the best thing to do is not to call that number. The best thing to do is not to respond to the email, because the way they have your email is usually through a data leak. Like, maybe you used it to sign up for an MMO or something, and that app got hacked, and then all the emails they're released, and usually someone compiles them and sells them on the dark web for a profit. Like this information is actually very valuable, like the emails of many people, and then scammers buy the list, and what they use it is to start emailing people. Now, if you respond, it guarantees that that email is active and working, because some of them may just not function, right? So, like, if you don't respond to these, you're probably going to get rid of the scammers. The best thing to do is actually to report, not just block. But if you do respond, it signals that the email is now verified, like there's an actual person behind there, and they're going to start bothering you more. Now, how do you know that it's a scam? Right, like what are the things that you can look out for? A couple of red flags that you can check in order to make sure that it's not a scam. So the first one, which is the most obvious, is I was never subscribed to Mcafee. So the fact that I'm getting these types of emails from a company that I've never subscribed to should be enough of a warning that it's fake. And this type of thing happens to a lot of people. Like, for instance, another popular scam that went on last year was that you would get a message from a company saying that your package delivery is coming and they need more info. So if you didn't order a package, don't respond to that. Now, a lot of people will be like, oh, maybe there's a mistake. Like, maybe someone is giving me a package by accident and I can take that package, right? Like, the human greed element is also there. Which is what the scammer is banking on. But again, like, if you did not do any type of business with the company and you're getting an email from that company, it should be sus automatically. The way it was sent, the fact that it was spamming me. Like, companies do not do that. Companies like Mcafee, which are very professional, they absolutely know not to spam. They will send only one email. because otherwise they would even be flagged as spam and they would not be able to operate business. Another flag is the email itself, right? It's do not reply, just kidding me online, or something with Gmail. Mcafee would use @mcafee.com. They would not use these types of email. Like every single business that's a major brand uses their own email services. They do not use Gmail. They do not use Yahoo. They do not use any of these things. So this is another red flag. The biggest one as well is not using your name in the title. If they call you dear valued user, dear customer, that's a big red flag. Because these companies, when you subscribe to them, you actually do give them your name. So I would write V, right? And they would say like, dear V, when they message you. So that's like very important when you're dealing with companies to actually write, if not your name, your personal nickname or something like that. So you know that it's coming from them. So that you know that the email is actually from that company and not from someone else. So again, if you get a message from Google, you get a message from Mcafee, you get a message from anything, they will use the username that you signed up with. So if you see something vague like this, valued user, customer, most likely a scam. Now, another thing was the sum of money that I have to pay. It's in Australian, right? If you live in the European Union like myself, it's either the currency of the country you're in, so in my case, it should have been in RON, or at least in American dollars, but more often than not, it would just flat out be euros. So if they get the currency wrong, they don't know where you're at. They think that I'm an Australian person. So again, complete red flag here. Another one which doesn't apply anymore since ChatGPT was misspellings. If you see any misspelling, it's almost guaranteed that it's a scam. The reason for this is that big companies, big brands, they do not have a person writing this by hand. They have someone that writes a standard email, and that standard email is always guaranteed to be fact-checked. It's always going to be guaranteed to be grammar checked and spell checked. It's going to have a team of psychologists write it in such a way that it's fit for purpose. They will not just have random misspellings, even when it's a very tiny misspell, even when it's a letter out of place or the wording is wrong. A company like Mcafee would not allow for that to happen. Again, there's an entire team of people writing these things. And these things have to be written perfectly because they're going to be sent out to thousands, if not tens of thousands of users. And finally, it's the fact that, okay, so they're basically saying that they're going to automatically take money away from my bank. And if I want to cancel this, I need to call a number. Companies do not do this. There would have to be at least a link that you can click in order to cancel automatically. Like, you would not just be able to have to actually pick up the phone and talk to a person in 2024. Like, this is not the 1990s anymore. So the very fact that they want me to talk to one of their customer support in order to cancel a subscription, big red flag. Although at this point, it is highly recommendable that you do not click on any links from this email. You do not review the document. You do not click on any of these things. It's obviously a scam, so you do not want to play more into it. Again, for the first reason, you do not want them to know that your email is actually active. And the second reason, you do not know what these links have. Like, maybe they actually have some spyware or malware or something. You do not want to click it. Now, finally, the best way to know whether or not this is a scam is to check your bank account. Again, we live in 2024. Checking your bank account is very easy. You have it on your phone. It's a couple of touch screens away, and you can see if money was taken or not. If no money was taken, then why are you even worried? Now, if you want to make absolutely sure that this is not an official thing, you can actually contact Mcafee. Now, you don't contact Mcafee from this thing. You actually go onto the website of Mcafee, you log into your user, you look into your setting, you look into your payment plan, and if you even want more fact-checking than that, you just go into contact with their customer support, and you show their customer support this, and you ask them, hey, is this from you? And obviously, they will say no. And when they say no, you realize that, okay, well, I need to block this email, I need to report it. If in the unlikely event that you actually do get a subscription renewal. I had this happen once. I forgot with which program. I think it was also an antivirus, which is why this type of scam exists, and it's why allegedly it's so effective. Yeah, it was a program which basically said, we're going to renew your service and you're going to have to pay $100. And I had to cancel. I didn't have to call them. I just clicked on some links and it took me to their website, their official website, which I checked. And I got in touch with one of their customer support. It was in text message. And he basically went, oh, you're canceling with us? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, what if we actually lowered the subscription to $75? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, what if we lowered it to $50? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, what if we lower it to $20? I'm like, come on, no, I don't need the program. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And they gave me my money back and they canceled my subscription and that was it, right? So like, theoretically, it is possible that if you're subscribed to something, you may actually get one of the renewals and there's an email. But in that case, like the money was actually taken from my account. I did have a link to an official website, which I didn't click on it. I actually went to the official website myself from Google List, went into my username, talked to the customers support over there, sorted it out. Never, ever just click random links from an email you're getting from a company, especially if it's one you're not using. Instead, go to the company's website yourself and do the thing required, even if it takes a couple more clicks. I don't even know why this needs to be said. I don't know what OPSEC people have. I don't consider my OPSEC to be high. I think it's even below average. But what startled me is that people were claiming this is the most effective scam of our year. So I wanted to raise a little bit of awareness in order to help people out. Let me know what you think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.